There's broke, which is supporting integration because you believe people from various races can get along, and then there's woke, like this teaching assistant who said fighting white people is a skill. Really, it's one reason I'm in support of integrated schools. You have to get used to fighting white people. Strap yourselves in because a crazy Campus Unmasked is coming right at you. If you take philosophy at the University of Georgia, you may get Irami Osei-Frimpong as one of your TAs. But you might want to consider swapping classes if you happen to be guilty of being white. Irami recently tweeted, "Fighting white people is a skill." He went on to quote clinical psychologist Bobby Wright, who said, "Blacks kill blacks because they have never been trained to kill whites." Okay, so this guy could be the most racist person in the world, but he's an academic, so you would think he'd have at least a bit of discretion and common sense not to post that. Then last week, Irami threw himself into a Facebook discussion saying, "Some white people may have to die for black communities to be made whole in this struggle to advance to freedom." Now, this is a pretty zany comment on multiple levels. One, what freedom is there left to advance, and why would that entail killing people? And two, Facebook suspended Irami for making a similar statement before. That time he was quoting another professor who had made that argument back in 2012. The TA explained the remark in a Medium.com post saying, "Killing some white people isn't genocide, it's killing some white people. We had to kill some white people to get out of slavery. Maybe if we'd killed more during the 20th century, we still wouldn't talk about racialized voter disenfranchisement and housing, education, and employment discrimination. This should not be controversial." And anti-white remarks have gotten Irami banned from Facebook more than just once. The UGA TA previously compared Southern whites to sociopaths and autistic kids, and Facebook suspended him after he said, "We can talk about voter suppression. We can talk about ID laws, but all of this begins and ends with the fact that we make crappy white people. So if we are serious, we have to dismantle the institutions that make crappy white people. Their churches, their schools, their families." Dismantle. Something tells me that won't be too peaceful. But speaking of schools, the University of Georgia hasn't seemed to have been all too worried about Irami. The school has distinguished multiple times between Irami's job as a TA and views made in his personal capacity. However, just last night, after some threats to its donations, UGA said racism has no place on our campus, and the school's checking what actions it can legally consider in accordance with the First Amendment. At a certain point, Irami's job as a TA and his personal views may very well come together, and I wouldn't be too shocked to learn that white kids aren't very comfortable in this dude's courses. For Campus Unmasked, I'm Shimshock. If you like this video and support our mission, please make sure to comment and subscribe. If something happens on your campus and you'd like us to investigate, send us details using the form on campusunmasked.com.